Hey everyone and welcome. So you've made a big career move from a public sector job in Georgia to a federal one. That's awesome. But now you're probably looking at your retirement accounts and scratching your head. You've got your new thrift savings plan, the TSP, but what about all that money you built up in the Teachers Retirement System of Georgia, the TRSGA? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. 5 smart ways you can handle those funds.
So let's paint the picture. You were working for the University System of Georgia, or maybe another state job, and you were diligently putting money into your TRSGA pension. Now, you're a federal employee with a brand new TSP. And the big question is, what happens to all that money you left behind? It's just sitting there, right? And trust me, you are not alone. This is a super common situation for a lot of people.
And here's the first roadblock you're going to hit. Because the TRSGA is a traditional pension plan, a promise of lifetime income from your old employer, your new TSP, well, it won't take the money directly. It's just not set up for that. You can't just move your funds from point A to point B. And that means you've got a really important decision to make. And each path has its own rules, its own pros, and its own cons. I like to think of it as a puzzle. You've got this really valuable piece, all that money you earned in your TRSGA. And now you've got to figure out exactly where it fits in your bigger retirement picture. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk through 5 different paths you can take to solve this puzzle and really lock in your financial future.
Okay, let's kick things off with the 2 most straightforward options you have. These are the simplest paths, for sure. But, and this is important, simple doesn't always mean it's the best choice for you. It really all comes down to weighing security versus immediate access to your cash. So here it is, the classic choice. On one side, you can just leave the money right where it is in the TRSGA and get a guaranteed pension for the rest of your life. That's rock-solid stability. On the other side, you can pull it all out right now as a lump sum. You get cash in your pocket today, but it comes at a very, very steep price.
So who should really think about just leaving their money in the TRSGA? Well, this path is pretty much perfect if you've got at least 10 years of service in the system. That means you're vested. If you're someone who really values that predictable, stable check coming in every month in retirement and you don't need the money right now, this is a fantastic set-it-and-forget-it option. Now, before you even start dreaming about cashing out, I want you to look at this number, 10%. That is the penalty you're probably going to pay if you're under age 59 and a half. And here's the kicker. That is on top of paying your regular income tax on the entire amount. We're talking about a potentially massive financial hit. So with a hit like that, why would anyone ever take the lump sum? Let's be real, this option is usually for a true financial emergency. You have to be completely okay with giving up your future pension for good, and you have to be ready for that huge tax bill. Think of this as the break glass in case of emergency option, not a retirement strategy.
All right, so if leaving your money locked up doesn't feel right and taking that huge tax hit sounds awful, don't worry. You have other choices that give you a lot more flexibility. These next 2 options are all about moving your funds into what's called an individual retirement account, or an IRA.
Now, the main difference between these 2 types of IRAs, it all boils down to one simple question. Do you want to pay taxes on this money later, or do you want to pay them now? A traditional IRA lets you put off paying taxes, so your money can grow untouched until you retire. A Roth IRA, on the other hand, is all about getting that tax bill out of the way right up front.
Going with a traditional IRA rollover is a really popular move. The big win? You avoid that immediate tax bill, and you get way more control with tons of investment options. The catch, of course, is that you are taking on market risk, and you're giving up that guaranteed income stream the pension offered. This path is really for the investor who's comfortable with the ups and downs of the market and wants to be in the driver's seat.
Now, the Roth IRA conversion, this is a powerful strategic play. Yes, and this is a big yes. You have to pay income taxes on the entire rollover amount today. That can be a huge check to write to the IRS. But the reward is incredible. Every single penny of growth and all of your withdrawals in retirement are 100% tax-free. This is a great move for the forward thinker who believes they'll be in a higher tax bracket down the road.
Okay, on to our 5th and final piece of the puzzle. What if you're listening to this and thinking, I kind of want the best of both worlds? What if you want that guaranteed income like a pension, but you also want some of the control and the growth potential of an IRA? Well, that's exactly where annuities enter the picture.
So what is a fixed index annuity? You can think of it as a special kind of hybrid. It's basically a retirement contract from an insurance company that acts like a pension by offering you a guaranteed income stream for life. But, and here's the cool part, it also gives your money the chance to grow based on a market index, like the S&P 500, without ever putting your original investment at risk from market crashes.
So the upside here is pretty compelling. You get that pension-like security blanket with a guaranteed lifetime income, and your principal is protected. But you also get tax-deferred growth that's linked to the market's performance, and you have more control over the funds than if you just left them behind. It's a really interesting blend of safety and growth.
Of course, there's no free lunch. There are definitely trade-offs. The biggest one is liquidity. This is a long-term commitment, not a savings account. Your money isn't easy to get to, and pulling it out early can trigger some really hefty surrender charges. These products are also just more complex, so it's absolutely crucial that you understand every little detail before you jump in.
Phew! Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. We've looked at 5 completely different paths you can take with your old TRSGA money. So now, let's pull it all together and help you figure out which piece of this puzzle fits your life perfectly.
Think of this as your personal cheat sheet. You can see all 5 options laid out side by side. Are you a security seeker who just wants that guaranteed check no matter what? Leaving it in TSGA is probably for you. Are you a flexible investor who wants total control and isn't afraid of the market? A traditional IRA might be your best fit. Or maybe you're a hybrid planner, looking for that blend of safety and growth. Then that annuity is definitely worth a closer look.
Look, at the end of the day, the most important thing to understand is this. There is no single best answer that works for everybody. The right choice depends completely on your personal situation, your age, how you feel about risk, what your other savings look like, and what your goals are for the future.
I really love this way of thinking about it. Don't look at this as some problem you have to solve. See it as an opportunity. This decision, it's one of the first, most important chapters you get to write in the story of your own retirement. Your job is to make it a great one. So as we wrap things up here, the final question isn't for me, it's for you. You've got the options in front of you. You understand the pros and the cons. Now, you get to decide. What will your next chapter be?